Ocho Cinco, Michael Blackson. He had a couple of people on his show, but I never see any women. And I asked my husband, I said, well, has he ever had a conversation with any women? He said, now that you mention it, I don't think so. I think he's only been talking to men. I know why now. I know why now. Shannon Sharpe does not know how to talk to women.
Something funny?
No, nothing's, it's just, I'm still learning about this stuff.
This stuff?
It's just so much fluff.
Welcome to Fluff and Stuff with Wanda Coppage, where we talk about everything light and lovely, the softer side of Sears. If you're looking for something a little deeper, this may not be your jam. But if it is, click play. Can't wait to chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I still don't know where I'm supposed to be looking when it comes to this. We will have to figure it out as time goes on. I do not know. But good morning. I'm Wanda Coppage. Why am I doing this on camera? I needed to do another episode of Fluff and Stuff with Wanda Coppage. I have a podcast. It's called Fluff and Stuff with Wanda Coppage. I talk about fluff and I talk about stuff. Simple as that. But I said I definitely want to start incorporating video with my chat. There's no time like the present. So here we are doing an episode of Fluff and Stuff with Wanda Coppage for my podcast, but adding video. And the beautiful part about this is if I don't like it, you'll never see it. And if I don't care, then you might. I'll probably land on, I just don't care, because I'm really just up here so that I can talk. I like to talk. That's just what it is. Okay. So good morning. Good morning, moms and toms. I brought my makeup. I grabbed some makeup to bring up here because I said, well, maybe I'll do my makeup for the day on screen, but I'm not a makeup artist. So if I don't have something that I was supposed to bring up here to try to do something on camera, then I'm just going to sit here looking like this the entire time, because it's not about this. It's about spending time with you, getting in conversation with you, because I have some things that I actually want to talk about. And then I said I'm going to turn this into a different segment, still talking my fluff and my stuff, but I said I'm going to title this Wake Up with Wanda Coppage, because it's morning. It's morning where I am, and I just put my son on the bus. I always come up to my home studio to try to get things ready for the day before I go back downstairs, try to get a workout in sometimes if it works out that way. Then I get myself together, and then I go out and about my day, head into my job, working radio. So today I said, you know what? I need to record another episode. So let's do it upstairs where I am in my home studio. Let's get the video done, and then we'll go forward with the day. That's why I still have this on, showered. I'm showered, but I'm not going to come up here on camera naked. So I put this on, and I have my clothes all laid out downstairs for the day. I'm just going to take this off and put on the rest of it. So there you have it. All right. Explanation out the way. How are you? What? People send you nonsense early in the morning. So how are you, moms? And I'm saying moms because that's probably who's going to watch this. That's probably who's up right now, because the children are getting on the bus and we're going to go through our day and journey and get ready together. I'm not going to call this a get ready with me, though, because I'm not really getting ready in front of you. I just came to talk to you. Right? It's so hard. Listen, makeup artists on YouTube, I need you to tell me how to make my eyes look balanced, because they are always, one is up here, one's down here. I have hooded eyes. I need y'all to tell me how to get my eyes to look even and how to get my eyebrows to relax, because this one especially is always like up here, and then this one is kind of down. I think it's just the shape of my face. So y'all let me know what advice you can give to me. Anyway, I have my coffee. If you have your coffee, hey, cheers to you in the morning. I'm sipping my coffee. So let's get into the fluff and the stuff talk conversation. Do you know who Shannon Sharpe is? Y'all familiar with Shannon Sharpe? If you are a sports person, then you know who Shannon Sharpe is. I am not a sports person. I am more music, entertainment, the lighter side of Sears, a lot of fluff and a lot of stuff. However, my husband is all sports. He's like, I like sports and that's it. Sports, some cars, stuff, trying to fix cars. Sometimes that's what he watches. But more than likely, most of the time, he's all about sports, which is how I became Jesus with the makeup on the mic, Father God. Listen, I mean, don't mind that. Let me see if I could put a picture of him up here. And in post edit, I might be able to do it better. That's Shannon Sharpe, the black man in the picture. The white guy is Skip. That's all I know. I don't know his last name, the white guy. I just know Shannon, Sharpe, and Skip because my husband watches Skip and Shannon. If you have not watched Skip and Shannon, maybe you should, especially if you like sports talk, because that's all they talk about. It's a sports show, and I believe it's on ESPN, and they have a podcast and all that jazz and whatnot. But I like Shannon. I like Shannon. My husband introduced me to Shannon when I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking. He'll be at the table doing some type of work graphics or something, and he'll have the podcast on of Skip and Shannon. And I remember asking him the very first time, like, yo, who is that? Because he's loud. He's loud and he's obnoxious. He's like my kind of people. Like he's somebody. He is the uncle that you need to have at every single event, every single family function. If you want it to be live and a good time, you want to have Shannon come over. Uncle Shay Shay. That's what they call him. Uncle Shay Shay. Because he is obnoxious. He is unfiltered. He is going to say what he's going to say. And this is what I love the most about him. I love how he is country. He is straight out the South. And you can tell by the way he speaks, but he's unapologetically Bama. I don't know what part of the South he's from, but when I tell you the man, he's a good time. He's a vibe. He's a vibe, a whole vibe. I like him a lot. He has the show with Skip, and then he has his own podcast show called Uncle Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, because they call him Uncle Shay Shay. So it's Club Shay Shay. I think that's the name of it, whatever. So again, my husband, he loves this guy. He watches him all the time to see what he has to say. He looks forward to when something happens in sports world. He looks forward to what Shannon is going to say the next day on Skip and Shannon or on his podcast. His podcast, he's been having one-on-one conversations with various people, usually athletes or some man, right? And I remember saying to him, my husband, does he ever have any women on his show? Does he ever talk to any women? Because great conversations. He's spoken to Ocho Cinco, Michael Blackson. He had a couple of people on his show, but I never see any women. And I asked my husband, I said, well, has he ever had a conversation with any women? He said, now that you mention it, I don't think so. I think he's only been talking to men. I know why now. I know why now. Shannon Sharpe does not know how to talk to women. He recently had his very first guest on the show that's a woman. His very first interview with some estrogen. And perfect timing too, because it's Women's History Month. And he set off the month of March, Women's History Month, with interviewing his very first woman. Do you know who he interviewed? Kandi. Tastes like candy. Kandi Burruss of everything. I don't think it's fair to just limit Kandi to Escape or The Real Housewives of Atlanta, because Kandi is the queen of I get it done. I get to the bag. I'm everything. I am every woman. I rock with Kandi so hard. This is just a side note. I rock with Kandi so hard because that's a woman that's about her business. You could tell that she is sensitive. Kandi looks like she she gets her feelings hurt quickly when she loves. It reminds me a little of myself. When she loves you, when she rocks with you, you know you can hurt her feelings and she will probably cry. But she's so talented and she'll go off and she will be bothered and you can tell it all in her face. I don't understand when people really go so hard to debate you on whether or not Kandi can sing. I had during the versus battle that Escape and SWV did, I had a whole back and forth on Facebook about whether or not Kandi can sing. And people really think Kandi can't sing. And I'm like, well, what songs are you listening to? Because the Kandi that I hear can sing. The Kandi that I hear is hitting notes that other people only dream about reaching. So what are we talking about? I don't know. So shout out to Shannon, because Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Shay Shay, his first guest for Women's History Month was Kandi. And you could tell he just doesn't know how to talk to women. He doesn't speak to women as comfortably as he speaks to men. And if I'm not mistaken, he didn't say the word woman not one time in the interview. If you watch that interview, you should watch the interview, because he says everything but woman. He's like lady group, female group. Like, dude, just say woman. You the first female I done had of. Like, dude, this a woman. It's this, just say woman. If you can say man, you can say woman. And he was going through, you could tell he was not that familiar with Kandi outside of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because he set off the interview and he said some shit like, people really don't know you for Escape anymore. They only know you for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she's like, it's not true. You know how Kandi be making them sounds and faces. And I'm sitting here talking back to the TV like, what? People absolutely know Kandi for Escape. Where have you been? And then he said, my daughter listens to you, and he's like, Daddy, that's the female members of Escape. That's, what is he talking about? It was a really good interview because Kandi didn't hold anything back in speaking about her group Escape, her band members, and the show that's on right now. I on my radio show, I have been mentioning the fact that these women, SWV and Escape, have this show on Bravo, and it is amazing. If you have not been watching this show, you really should watch the show, because it's all types of good. So Kandi gets up there and she's telling everything about what happened with the group, why the group disbanded back in the day. Tasha and her many attempts to try to succeed solo wise. Tasha's kind of, you know what? I'm gonna finish watching the season to see where we land before I give my opinion on how Tasha is grimy. Okay, Tasha seems to be very, very grimy and very selfish. Her sister's Tamika. It is a good show. SWV and Escape. If you have not watched it, watch it, especially if you like R&B, especially if you like the women Shay Shay of R&B. You're going to love this show. Make sure you check it out. But shout out to Shannon Sharpe for finally having his first woman on the show. I would just say to him, my advice when interviewing these women, relax a little bit. They're people just like men. And I understand that you are attempting to watch your words because you don't want to offend. But I think in trying not to offend, you're kind of offending because you're not speaking to them as a person. You're kind of tiptoeing around the fact that you have a woman sitting there. It's just a person. It's just a person. You're not going to get any sexual harassment charges for talking to a woman. Okay? It's a respect thing. You could tell he's completely uncomfortable, but you're going to be all right. Just be yourself. That's what I think people like about you. Be you. And if you are uncomfortable with certain guests, just don't book those guests. Book the people that you can talk to comfortably. Okay? That would be my advice to Uncle Shay Shay. And I would love, I'm just going to put it out there, I would love to talk to Kandi myself and interview her myself because I, unlike Shay Shay, I am an actual fan of Escape. I love how I don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta anymore. I don't watch Real Housewives of any part of the country anymore. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop anymore. I don't watch reality shows because, yes, and they spoke about this on the Shannon Sharpe show. I just don't want to see. I don't want to see nonsense. I don't want to see the cattiness of women. I'd rather see the business of women. I love how they show real life issues between sisters, real life issues between mom and daughter. I love how they show their relationships with their children. We are moms. We whole ass mothers out here. Okay? We don't have time to be arguing and fighting and cussing and worrying about who. I don't care who's sleeping with who. That's none of my business. I don't care. But I do care about how you get to the money, how you get to the bag. I care about that. I do like how Kandi is her baby, her son, Blade, I think his name is Ace. They have a whole business for him right now. That baby got an Instagram account. I like that. Everybody gonna get to the bag. I like shows like that. You know what shows I like? I like watching Tia and Tamara's reality show. Even though Tamara could be a little messy too. I like stuff like that. I don't want to see women fighting, but I love seeing women being moms and seeing women being business owners, self employed, things like that, especially Black women. I like that. So, as you could tell, it's going to take me a minute to get this makeup together. I think I heard my husband come in. So, what's up with you guys? Is everything good? What you been watching? Have you watched anything on television that's good that's worth talking about? Oh, speaking of, you know that Amazon original The Swarm. I'll add that picture up here in post production as well. Amazon original The Swarm. Have you seen that? First scene for Dominique Fishback is in it. Damon Idris is in it. The dude from Snowfall, he's in it. Chloe Bailey is in it. And I remember, if you follow me on TikTok, I did this whole little segment on trying to play matchmaker for Chloe. Chloe's so talented. She's beautiful. I keep looking because I think somebody just came in the house. Could be my husband. But she's beautiful. She can sing. She's so talented. But Chloe, I thought that Chloe was just a beautiful, wholesome, you know, elegant young lady that Beyonce turned into borderline thought. Because she's on Beyonce's label, and Beyonce kind of influences her decisions and all that jazz, right? So I'm watching their image, her sister, she and Halle Bailey and Chloe Bailey. Something's on my face if you're wondering, like, what is she touching? Chloe Bailey and Halle Bailey, they are gorgeous. Halle is going the Disney role. She's about to play Ariel, and I thought that they were both kind of Disney-ish, kind of in a way. Well, Chloe has her whole behind out on Instagram. She's really leaning into her shape, figure, bodiness. But I still felt like her personality is not one that would be dating Chris Brown. Chris Brown has a past, a checkered past. Chris Brown has been out here knocking these chicks in the head. And don't come for me because it's true. He has. He been out here hitting people in the head and in the face. And I said Chloe Bailey is not that person that he gonna be hitting in the face and in the head. She's not about that life. So I said she needs somebody wholesome. She needs somebody nice. She needs somebody nice. Nice young fella. Little did I know. In this movie Swarm, or in this series The Swarm, this show, episode 1 opens with Chloe getting banged out from the back from this Damon Idris, who did this that Damon, whatever his name is. He's goofy. He's goofy looking to me. Everybody keeps saying that he looks so good and whatnot. I remember he did the one of those award shows with Method Man. He was presenting and he said, "Yeah, well, I've been hearing that I'm a snack from women." And I'm like, "Dude, you goofy." He seems very young and stupid. Not stupid like intelligence wise. Like he would make stupid faces. Like he would be goofy. I don't know how else to say it. Like you like on some clown type stuff. He doesn't give grown man to me. Now Idris Elba gives grown man. Damon gives like his 14-year-old son. You like a clown to me. So anyway, when the scene opens for Swarm and you see this dude Damon just banging Chloe out from the back, like damn. And then the girl Dominique Fishback, she's just sitting there, standing there watching like a straight nutty buddy Looney Tune. This show is crazy. It's crazy. But when I saw the scene, one, I said, okay, well maybe Damon is not as goofy as I thought. Because okay, I see you. I see you, young man. And then I'm like, Chloe, come on, Chloe for the streets. Chloe is for the streets. She getting banged out on TV, like straight back shots. What are we doing? Hallie is playing Ariel, the beautiful mermaid of the sea, and Chloe is getting banged out on Swarm. Chloe, don't be for the streets, baby. Don't be for the streets. You should not be for the streets. I don't have my setting powder up here. I told you, see? If I don't have it, I'm not going to go get it. It is what it is. We don't have to make it do what we have. Listen. Dang it. So anyway, I'm looking at the guy Damon and I'm like, okay, little boy, maybe you're not goofy. Until his goofy ass turned around and looked at the little nutty buddy bar that's standing there, the Dominique Fishburne, the one that's not that right in her head, and she's looking at him bang Chloe out, and he's looking at her, and he just smiling, looking goofy. I said, see, now he goofy again. I can't. It's the little things that will make me feel like, yo, you. The message to Chloe is this: Chloe, don't be for the streets, baby. Somebody, please go get Chloe. Get Chloe. Have her stand up. Keep her damn clothes on. And don't be for the streets. Don't be for the streets, baby. We want more for you. All right. So listen, this is my little sample size Dermablend setting powder that I have in this bag, but it's not enough and it's not much in here. So I can't continue to do my makeup. So we're just going to stop before I end up doing some nonsense and have to take it all off and start all over again downstairs. We don't have everything that we need. I promise next time, maybe even if I decide to come up here and do makeup, I'll be more prepared. But in the meantime, I don't have what I need. So we're just going to stop. But you see, this is how it's starting. Maybe I can spoolie out my brows a little bit. It's looking a little sharp. But listen, My goal is to have Wake Up with Wanda. Turn this into a little segment under Fluff and Stuff with Wanda Coppage. I don't know if this is going to see the light of day. I don't know. But we shall see what we shall see. But to recap, I am Wanda Coppage. Thank you for joining me. Morning times, you might get more, you might not. If not, I do have a full podcast called Fluff and Stuff with Wanda Coppage. It's available on all of your audio platforms. Listen, y'all doing the most right now. It's available on all of the platforms. And maybe I'll add more videos to this site as well up here on YouTube. But allow me to leave you with this. Be well. Be well. Stay away from the suckers. Stay sucker free. That's basically bad energy. If you are around someone that does not make you feel good about you, please walk smooth away. All right? Do the things that make you feel good so that you can look great, live great, feel great. I also have we're not going to talk about that, but I have another podcast as a life coach, but we want to do the things that are going to make us feel good about us, feel good about you and the space that you are in. And if you are around people, whether it be family, friends, spouse, please walk smooth away so that it does not mess up your whole vibe. Do what makes you feel good and do not let anybody get in the way of that. Okay? We'll probably talk more at a later time about some other issues and some other things because, we're grown. We have children. As moms, it's hot out here for a pimp. When you're trying to get the money for the rent. All right, so that's enough talking. I got to go downstairs and get my setting powder and get dressed so I can get up out the house. Brows don't look half bad. They look sharp though, right? They look real sharp. I got to go downstairs and figure it out. You got to figure it out. But yes, message to the makeup artist, help me make my eyes look even and my brows come down and the wig be wigging. And I'll see you next time. Y'all be easy.